We're going to talk about Davenport, Iowa, and the building collapse that happened there because it's absolutely insane. So, a building collapsed in Davenport on 4th and Harrison in Davenport, Iowa. And then, in a normal situation, you'd have people go into the building and like evacuate people that were inside of the building. You would also evacuate, I don't know, pets, things of that nature. And yet, this is not a normal situation. We're in Iowa. And of course, in Iowa, what happens in a situation like that? Well, they decided, fuck it, it's demolition time. We're not going to go inside. We're not going to fucking let anybody inside. We're just going to do a demolition. Like there's a murder in there and you're just fucking, refusing to cover it or something. Like it's a goddamn murder mystery with like a fucking shitty mayor who's like, yeah, the only way to like make sure that I can get away with it is by covering up the murder by demolishing the building. It's ridiculous to the people who might be dead inside. It's also ridiculous to not actually try to figure out what the fuck happened there. It's also ridiculous that there might be people in there right now still.
Protesters rallied around a partially collapsed apartment complex in Davenport, Iowa, as city officials prepared to demolish it. Residents say 2 people are still unaccounted for, Ryan Hitchcock and Brandon Colvin, but the city plans to move forward with the demolition anyway. Previously, city officials claimed there were no signs of life left in the building and prepared to send in demo crews until resident Lisa Brooks was seen waving from a 3rd-floor window.
National media is saying what a great job they did finding everybody, and it's not the truth. They said that there are no...
Dude, that's fucking insane, dude. America is so gross, dude. The way that this country treats black people is fucking psychotic. Poor people in general. Holy fuck.
They had to have their leg cut off for them to get them out of this building. Is that not an injury?
Residents are saying that what they're calling...
For the record, this is exactly what happens in like a fucking 3rd world country. Just pointing that out. I mean, you guys saw it. You guys saw what happened in Turkey, which is like a developing nation, right? They're like, oh, fuck it, YOLO. It's even worse. It's worse than what Turkey did for earthquake relief efforts. Earthquake relief efforts is what happens after an earthquake. Turkey fucked up. The Turkish government fucked up before the earthquake. They fucked up on the relief efforts in the after the recovery as well. This is not even an earthquake.
A failed rescue calls attention to the city's apparent disinterest in ensuring the safety of its black residents as it prepares to potentially leave tenants in the rubble. Activists say that the lack of housing protections is what led to this disaster. As of 2023, Iowa ranked 4th worst in public housing inspections in the U.S. The apartment building, which
the mayor might be a business agent for the company that owns the building, by the way, and they didn't let any black people speak at the press conference, let alone in the room where it was held. Last week, the building passed inspection, and now it collapsed, and it suddenly changed to failed. Tenants who lived in an Iowa building predicted it would collapse before it did, a source says. Right now, families of the tenants are outside begging police to search for their relatives before demolishing the building. And they were saying no, by the way. They were like, no, we're going to demolish it. They actually have passed it off for 1 extra day, for the record. So remember, this is the America that we live in. There was a TikTok of a woman who just moved out showing huge cracks in the wall. This photo was taken 2 days before the apartment building collapsed in Davenport. The building should have not been occupied. You can clearly see bricks falling and bowing out. The rest of the building will be demolished beginning Tuesday morning. How on earth did it pass inspection? It appears the mayor of one of the Quad Cities may be registered business agent for the company that owns this building, which would explain the hurry to tear it down. Dear City of Davenport, why the rush to tear down this building? There are pets still trapped inside. 1 cat lives in this apartment. Another has 3 cats looking out the window. Reports of people missing too. I like that the cats came first. Apparently, there's a Robert Gallagher Sr. and Jr. Not sure which we are dealing with. Hopefully, the local media does their job. The public deserves any and all answers on why the building collapsed. Could anything be done? Why the rush to tear it down? And who all is involved? In any event, there appears to be a connection here worth investigating. There are too many red flags to simply let this go at face value. This keeps getting worse. I sincerely hope that people of Quad Cities can hold their leaders accountable. After the press conference, the city changed last week's inspection from pass to fail. Proof they're still trying to hide things and destroy evidence. They also added a name to. They also added the name of who inspected the building. Local journalists are digging in now. All the ones I know are relentlessly tenacious in the pursuit of facts. I mean, here.
First responders rescue another victim from a partially collapsed apartment building in Davenport more than 24 hours after it fell. Davenport police are still working with families to account for people who live there. 6 stories of the side of the building.
It was too unsafe to evacuate. Yeah, that's fucking bullshit, dog. What do you mean? You are watching a news video of them evacuating the building. What do you mean? There's like a live person in there. There's a live person in a fucking building that is slated to be demolished, and you just go, sorry, we just can't fucking evacuate you. You're gonna die. Like, you can hear her go, hey, please help me. I'm alive. I'm in this building. And you go, nah, sorry. You just gotta die? What are you, fucking crazy? That's wild. Rescuers face a no-win situation. Enter a building on the verge of collapse to find missing residents, or let the apartments get demolished. At any moment, the remains of a 6-story apartment building in Iowa could come crashing down. The only question is if someone else might be inside. Davenport city officials now face the grueling decision of whether you send rescuers into a partially collapsed building to look for those still accounted for, or demolish the rest of the building before anyone else gets hurt. Wait, what do you mean? You're not letting anybody into the building. The only people that would get hurt in that situation is just the people that are inside that you're going to kill. It's been 2 days since the part of Davenport building mysteriously imploded. While no deaths were reported, 8 people were rescued from the building within a day following the collapse. By Monday afternoon, the city said rescue efforts had turned into a recovery operation, and the building was expected to be demolished Tuesday morning. But those demolition plans were scrapped after a 9th survivor was unexpectedly rescued from an apartment late Monday. Did the Davenport officials write this article? Are these people related to the Davenport officials? Why are they writing this article like they are literally the mayor? What is happening right now? No, it wasn't unexpected that there was a fucking 9th survivor. People literally were saying, there's survivors in the building. I'm not there, and I know about it because I've even fucking saw it on Twitter. They were not looking. They said, sorry, too late. The fire department pulled Lisa Brooks out of the apartment last night. That right there is an indicator that we need to go up there again, said the Davenport Fire Marshal Jim Morris. So the first responders in the situation are saying, we need to go up there again. CNN, on the other hand, is like, I don't know, maybe we should murder them. What is going on? But each time rescue crews went into the structure, the building shifted at some point, Morris said, and a massive weight load on what's left of the roof, including air conditioning units and utility equipment, intensifies the risk of total collapse. We need to evaluate what we see between the structural engineer, our technical rescue teams, and formulate the best possible way to strategically go in there, the fire marshal said. 5 people are still unaccounted for, including 2 that we believe might be in the building, Mayor Mike Mattson said Tuesday. Missing man's family supports stopping the search. What? Protesters gathered Monday night after news of a planned demolition, saying some residents could still be trapped. CNN affiliate Quad City Times reported. Some sign held, who's in the rubble and find them first. Ryan Hitchcock is among those still unaccounted for. Bro, what the fuck is this article, dude? But Amy Anderson, a relative of Hitchcock, said the family has accepted the likelihood that their loved one is gone and supported the city's plans to carefully take down the rest of the building to prevent further harm. What? Okay, I'm losing my mind, dude. No, they went and they found what? They don't know Ryan. They don't know our family. Ryan wouldn't want anyone else to put their lives at risk. Bro, did the mayor write this article? What is happening? That CNN article we just read said it's okay if Ryan Hitchcock dies. Here's the mother of Ryan Hitchcock.
Or somebody probably told me, that he died. But I didn't know for a while.
So, as I understand it, his cell phone...
I don't know where his cell phone is or really anything because I never got to talk to him. As far as I know, he's under the rubble still. I want him to get him out,
CNN went and interviewed the one fucking person who's like related to one of the people who is slated to be inside of the rubble right now and said, it's okay if this person is dead. We don't care. Okay? The mom, on the other hand, is saying that, no, we don't know what the situation is. Yeah, when you paint brick, reasons why you shouldn't paint your brick buildings. When you paint over a building that's made of brick, you're creating extra work for yourself down the line by having to repaint it and deal with flaking and blistering paint. Additionally, and more importantly, you're also impacting the breathability of the building by allowing paint to trap and retain moisture. Buildings are designed to breathe, allowing water that penetrates the structure to escape or evaporate. Once you paint brick, it becomes compromised. Bricks are strong to begin with, but once they're painted, you've lessened the quality of your structure and added an extra layer of unnecessary upkeep and maintenance. Painting over brick is essentially a death sentence for brick because you're stripping it of its natural ability to breathe and release any moisture that becomes trapped.
This morning, a 9th person found alive in the rubble after an apartment building partially collapsed in Davenport, Iowa, possibly delaying plans to demolish the building later today. New video shows rescuers pulling a woman to safety last night, more than 24 hours after a section of the building sheared away.
At this time, the building is structurally unsound.
It's believed 2 more people may still be in the building. A woman tells the Quad City Times her cousin is missing. The newspaper reports police pinged his phone to his apartment before it shut off. And another family at the scene says they believe their loved one is still inside. Yesterday, officials cleared the building for demolition, saying they believe the building was empty after crews spent hours searching.
Because of the concern for life by our first responders to get in the building knowing that building was unsafe to help folks. Because of that, they saved lives.
But now plans to demolish the building today are reportedly under evaluation.
And y'all just standing there!
Meanwhile, protesters are gathering at the scene, angry over the city's plan to demolish the building just 2 days after the collapse, calling it a hasty decision. The cause of the collapse, meanwhile, is under investigation. City officials had ordered the owners to make fixes to the building after a string of complaints. Resident Linnea Hoover recently took this picture after she saw bricks falling during the repair work.
What were some of the problems that you were seeing?
Yeah, dude, they it's okay, guys. They're gonna investigate themselves and find no wrongdoing.
The big one is leakage, plumbing leakage, sewage leakage in the building. There would be giant holes in the hallway where water would leak through.
Andrew Dimber, ABC News, New York.
They literally fucking rescue someone after they
watch again as a
here. Let's watch.
She's alive.
I told y'all she wasn't dead.
Watch again as a woman shoves her screen out the window, making her presence known to everyone.
There she is. She is alive.
The woman pokes her head out the window of her 4th floor apartment in a collapsed building after first responders had given up all hope of finding anyone still alive.
They need to get her out.
Her name is Lisa Brooks. She's 52.
And they found her.
There were rousing cheers as she was rescued by firefighters. Lisa says she had been hiding under her bed for more than 24 hours in a state of shock.
Look, I don't know what the fuck the mayor's connection is. A lot of people keep saying that the mayor is connected to the fucking owners or is friendly with the owners or whatever. I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't give a fuck. The mayor reacting in the way that he did is completely inappropriate regardless, okay? The idea that, like, we have to immediately demolish this building, it's a fucking hazard when there's people inside of the building, is insane, okay? That is completely insane.
Lisa's nephew, Antoine Smith, went on national TV with an anguished plea.
Tell me something, anything, like if you have found her and she's in a morgue somewhere, tell me something.
2 more residents are believed to be inside the building.
Sorry.
The fire marshal got choked up thinking about them during today's press conference.
We want to get everybody out, and we want to do it right now.
Outside the building, protesters gathered to block the demolition in the hopes of saving anyone inside. Tensions boiled over with demonstrators surrounding a cop and demanding answers. Today, the mayor lashed out.
You want to come at somebody? Here, I'm standing right in front of you. Here's the target.
But no one saw this coming, or this miracle.
She is alive.
Constructed in 1906, despite showing early signs of collapse, was assessed not by a city department, but by a private engineering firm hired by the property owner. Activists are doing everything they can to get the city's attention and immediately stop the demolition of the building.
They see behind the desk. Tightly. Get out here and do their job. Rescue Ryan Hitchcock.
For the record, in times like this, yes, in a normal situation like this, you're supposed to evacuate every single person, okay? And then you're supposed to demolish the building. That part is understandable. Like, yes, this building needs to be demolished because if it's not demolished, you have no control over how it will inevitably collapse. And when you don't have a control over how it inevitably collapses, it can collapse on top of people, okay? So that part is normal. The demolition doesn't immediately imply hiding like a possible criminal element. But the idea that like they have to immediately demolish it, they're like, oh, we did all the rescue efforts, sorry. That part is fucking psychotic. Especially when people are like, no, we know that there's people still in there. You know what I mean? Assistant Chief Fire Marshal James Morris, the building does need to come down. It needs to come down in a controlled manner so we do not create any more damage or lives lost. Consulting engineer says the building is going to collapse on its own time due to historic methods that are no longer modern standard. Mayor says there will be an investigation of why this happened. Thanks to Community for Sports, says it should go to Red Cross. The city reassessed plans to demo after finding Lisa Brooks. Fire Marshal Jim Morris says finding someone caused them to adjust that timeline. Owner Andrew Wold has not been charged with a crime in connection with the collapse as of this press conference. The building was under investigation by the city. There were 2 structural engineer reports issued in January and last week. The city was satisfied by the work Wold claimed they would do. The collapse happened before any repairs were made. Amy Anderson, family member to the missing Ryan Hitchcock, is here. Asked the community to let the city do its job. Yeah, that person is weird. I'd investigate that person to see what the fuck is going on with her, what kind of connections she has. She's like, no, just demolish the building, please. Like, who the fuck says that? No, my relative's in there, but demolish it, please. It's so sus. Yeah, this story is fucking insane. I would look further into the mayor's connection to the possible owners, whether they're big donors or not. You know, that's definitely something I would look into. And I would look into the safety inspectors who just, who just kept looking at this property and possibly the refusal from the developers and the people who own the fucking apartment complex, and their refusal to actually listen to the people living inside of the apartment complex, constantly telling them there's fat fucking cracks. It's crazy.
I'm currently on my way driving down where there is an ongoing picket line. The Writers Guild of America have decided to authorize a strike. Last time they did this was in 2007. That strike lasted for 100 days. This time, the reason for the strike is streamer platforms like HBO, Netflix, Paramount Plus are basically not giving these writers what they are generating in the form of value. I'm a little excited. I'm a little nervous. I see the strikes. I am going to try and find a place to park, but here we are.